the thing. It's frustrating because, it's like, now what? And the simple thing is this, now that you done came to this realization, that you're Israelite, you're supposed to basically follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And I'm going to get that in the book of Ecclesiastes. And that's in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So, it's a beautiful thing that people are waking up, but now what's the next step? You're supposed to, like I said, start following, this book, your heritage, the laws and statutes and commandments that were given to you. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing, that's just one thing to know who you are, but then you wondering, or figuring out who you are, but then you wondering why things aren't changing, because you're not putting in, forth an effort to change, That's just like a person that is catching hell, It says to pray to the Most High, anything I forgot what the scripture is, but it says, ask the Most High for anything that you ask in his name, it will be given to you, you know what I mean? So when you catch a hell, we tend to drink, because of that scripture in Proverbs, give a man that's dying strong drink, and give him wine to ease his suffering, but at the same time, you're supposed to pray. I'm going to read Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh, thy power. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So that's why we were given the law, statutes, and commandments. These law, statutes, and commandments are for you, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing about niggas. Niggas don't want to suffer, but we do a whole bunch of suffering, you know what I'm saying? And it's just funny, you know what I mean? I mean, to the point where that's a beautiful thing to find out that you are of a chosen seed, and why you go through what you go through, it has a purpose and a reason. I'm going to back that scripture up in the Apocrypha, book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. I'm going to start at 54. Because we are a special people, like I said, we're the only people in a captivity that can shine. And we weren't brought here to, prosper or live great, where a lot of people, especially Israelites, well, I'm not concerned about anybody else because everybody else is having their way here but Israelites. We Israelites weren't brought here to, prosper. We were brought here to suffer. And, we're in a prison. We were brought here to learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still to show you how much he loves us. Even in the land of our captivity, you have people that are prospering that are Israelites. You know what I mean? But you show you that they're really against you. Think about how many black millionaires we have today. People of renown. We ain't even talking about athletes and entertainers. I'm talking about, you got Israelites in all facets of life. Doctors, lawyers, scientists. And yet still, look how, destroyed we are as a people. But to back that scripture up in Deuteronomy, to show you how much he loves us. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. So that's showing that he made the world for the Israelites' sake. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. This is Ezra's. Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So, he basically compared these other nations to spit. You know what I mean? Verse 57, and now, O Yahweh, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, which he's, reiterating. And now, O Yahweh, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And that's what we're going through right this day, as far as, like I said, the average so-called black man, average Israelite is catching hell. You know what I'm saying? When you pay back and take the time to look at, just our neighborhoods, you know what I mean? Like, I can go in the neighborhood in East Cleveland and I only know of one black store, you know what I mean? It's two where I see black people at, but well, so-called black. One of them, they're not even, Israelites, they're Hamites, you know what I mean? And the other one, it's really Ishmael owns the store, but, he got this Jake that runs it and making him thinking he doing something or he's somebody. But like I said, all he is like I said, an errand boy, a fuck boy, pretty much like it's always been, you know what I mean? And it amazes me how, you always have a Jake that'll take up for these Ishmaelites when they really laughing in your fucking face, you know what I'm saying? I haven't seen them disrespect them, I've seen them trying to fuck our women, you know what I mean? But they'll try and, cut your fucking head off if you try and fuck with theirs. So, I just praise Yahweh Shai for giving me this truth, you know what I'm saying? Because as hard as this is, it's a beautiful thing. Because it's nothing like knowing where you come from or knowing why you're going through what you're going through. And they basically devour us, you know what I mean? Like, all that money that they make, they take out of our communities, you know what I mean? But like I said, the difference between, because, Cleveland was one of those cities that rioted it, but the difference was then we owned things in the community. We tore up our own shit. This time, like I hear a lot of people say, the revolution won't be televised, and none of the shit that gonna get tore up gonna be ours. Finishing in Ezra verse 58, but we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy favorite lover, are given into their hands, because we went off. That's in Deuteronomy 28, that was part of the curses, since we didn't hearken unto the Lord, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt is another word for bondage, by the way, whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So only person that can redeem us is Yahweh by Yahshua Yahweh Shai, and he's not redeeming everybody, he's only redeeming the elect. So I just wanted to do, like I said, a quick video about that because of the fact that, like I said, now that you know that you're an Israelite, it's funny, like I said, how well, it's not funny, it's beautiful how he's, like we all knew, brothers that the Akim that basically research and search out a thing. We knew about all the the wickedness that comes out of Hollywood, you know what I mean? But now for it to be being exposed, you got grown ass men like that big ass dude Terry Crews sitting up there talking about he was groped and fondled. You know what I mean? Like, yo big ass, you 250 and you letting another man grab on your, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's just funny, you know what I'm saying? And, that ain't even believable because, like I said, you can play football, your testosterone all the way up. A dude probably couldn't even look at him crazy, but a dude, when these fucking fake-ass Khazars can come grab his nuts on him, But like I said, basically, the next step is to start following the law, statutes, and commandments. Come back to your power, because what's coming to America is not going to be fun, you know what I mean? And that's the thing with Jake. Jake is very, 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 very hard-headed. And that's why in Scripture it says stiff-necked people, you know what I mean? Like, we only really learn through pain. That's probably why we went through so many captivities. But I'm gonna end this on the note because, you know, I'm gonna get Jeremiah